Hello and welcome to another episode. So today I'm going to be looking at this Sony PSP. This was sent in by Riley Sky 100 yet again. And the analog controller is very clunky and snappy, and it sticks in directions and doesn't really work that well. So I'm going to crack this open and see if we can't repair this or find a replacement. I'd rather just be able to repair it, but we'll see what we can do. So let's take a peek at this and see how it is responding currently. Okay, so here it is. I'm going to toss in Death Jr. That's what was sent along with the PSP. Get this fired up and show you what it does. Okay, so here's the game. Get past all this junk. Yep, I get it. Come on. You can see it's just running in one direction. Can't really turn around much unless I really crank on it, and then he kind of moves. I mean, this controller's barely responsive. It's kind of moving now. Now it's just running straight towards the camera. Oh. So yeah, it ends up going in one direction on its own. So let's crack it open and see if we can't fix this thing and stuff. Okay, so what I do a lot of the time is I don't really research how to open things because I like to do it firsthand and figure it out myself. So first thing, I would assume we take the game out after it is, yes, powered off. So I'll pop that out. Put it back into its protective case. And now, to open this, it looks like we just have, on this side, we have two very small Phillips screwdriver screws. So what I'll do is I guess I'll remove the screws from the bottom and the two that are on the top there. I don't see. I should probably remove the memory card as well, just in case. 4 gig SanDisk. Okay, so just loaded up the game here. I'm just checking the controller to see if it acts the same with the front faceplate off. Yep. Once I push forward, he just goes forward. It's like the analog connector to this little disc inside is slightly connected. Alright, guess we're gonna have to go for the full disassemble. Okay, so this is it. I don't know if I had to remove the main board for that. Okay, so I'm gonna attempt to open this, I guess, and see what makes it tick, and if we can figure out exactly what is broken. So being very careful, I'm going to pull these clips back. I'm going to remember how this goes on by looking at it, putting it down like this and saying, hey, that goes off to the left. Okay, so we have some grease in here. I don't know if somebody added that or if they come greased so they don't wear out. It's very strange. Okay, so let's lift up the PCB very carefully. It's just snapped in, a couple of little grommets. And that's our analog control right there. See, we want that to happen so we can go side to side and up and down, but it pops out like that. How am I going to get that to stick in there and still be able to move? I can't use any type of glue. So I just took my little blade here, and the lip that comes up in the center, I basically have been pulling up, while holding it down obviously, the sides, because they were kind of crushed. So what happens is you have a piece of plastic that comes straight up from the middle, kind of like a screw. So what happens is once that comes up through the middle, the factory squishes it down, whoop, and what it does is when you flatten it, it puts a little head on there and it holds those two pieces in place. So once you get your sliders in there on your post, the factory probably comes in and mashes that down flat. It gives you a place to slide. So now that I have those sides shaved off, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this back on our PCB, our printed circuit board, and just give it a pinch. Now I'm going to see if I can't, because we can see it right through that printed circuit board. See, I can go up and down now. I'm going side to side. Oh yeah, you can see that. Side to side. It's not popping out. It looks pretty good. So all I did is I pulled up the edges of that flattened plastic. I'm pretty happy with that. I'm pulling on the controller and moving it around. I'm pulling it out this way, trying to get it to pop out, but I can't get it to pop out. So I think that's going to fix it, is bending up those two pieces of, not two pieces, but bending up each side of that plastic grommet that comes up and holds those sliders in place. So I'm going to stick this clip back on here. Okay, so I'm going to bend these in. Not a lot. Just enough, like that. I'm also going to get myself like a little square of paper. You might wonder, why am I getting a square of paper? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a square of paper here before I put the clip on. So when I put the clip on, it's going to add more pressure, hopefully slightly indenting that middle piece ever so slightly. So maybe our analog controller will stay in place a little better. So I'm just going to rip a little sliver off like so. maybe half that. Fold it in half. And put that here-ish. And now I'll put the clip on. That, and it snapped in place, and now our little piece of paper is kind of wedged in there, and that's going to give us some reinforcement. That analog controller feels really nice. I'm just kind of beating it up, and I can still see behind there that our slider is working fine. So at this point I'm just going to reassemble, test it out, and call it a day. So I'm going to put this thing back together. Okay, with it partially put together, I'm going to try it again. Alright, moment of truth. Analog stick is working awesome. So I would say that is a fix. Oh, so that's sweet. I'm really excited. Didn't have to buy any parts. We just remolded that middle post so it doesn't slide out anymore, and there it is. Analog back in action. Okay, I'm gonna clean the screen, finish putting this together, and wrap up the video. So there it is. The analog stick is now working fine. We can travel about, not causing any issues. So there it is. We fixed the analog controller, and that is another job done for Riley Sky 100. So yeah, if you have any questions about this video, you know, always contact me with either the comments below or through Facebook. And thanks for watching. Give me a thumbs up and tell your friends. And until next time, we'll see you later.